Here is problem number 3 for advanced drafting. Let's take a look. So I have this is based off of not exactly sure what problem this is based off exactly what problem, but it is an intro to CAD problem. This right here is what you drew. So I have this guy all set up and all resized correctly. Don't worry about this guy down here at the bottom. I will show you what this is in a little bit. The first thing we're going to do is we have our piece here, and we're going to extrude it. And then, as you can tell, there are the one big hole, and all 4 holes are subtracted out of this big solid piece. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to extrude this big piece. So I'm going to, we need to compose, sorry about that. We need to make it into a polygon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all. Looks like there are 6 lines. Come up here to modify, compose. Now we have a polygon. Now I'm going to make sure there's a little fill in there. And now we're going to extrude. And it looks like by looking at the front view, this object is going to be 6 1/8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to model, extrude, 6 1/8 inches. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to come and look at it in isometric view. Look at that. There we go. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is come back to top view, and we're going to do these big circles here. So I'm going to extrude this circle, and again, it needs to go all the way through, so it needs to be bigger than 6 1/8. So I'm going to make it 8 inches. Let's go up here to model, extrude, 8 inches. Come to front view. I'm just going to, again, nudge them down. I'm going to select both of these guys here. Model, subtract solids. This is what I want to have it to be subtracted from, so we're good. Click on OK. Now if we look at it in isometric view, there's our hole gone all the way through. So let's take a look and go back to top plan. Now let's do this first guy here. And again, the hole's going all the way through, so I'm going to extrude him to 8 inches. So model, extrude, 8 inches. I'm going to come back to the front view and get them all nudged into place. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to delete him, and I'm going to mirror it over. Okay. I'll just do this guy. I'll extrude, Control E, Command E, 8 inches. Look over again, front, and nudge him down. Again, Shift key and the down arrow. Back to top. Let's delete this guy. We'll mirror him over. So now we're ready to take these 4 guys out of this big piece. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to select this big piece. I'm going to select these, and we're going to drill all 4 holes at the same time. Come back to right isometric. Okay, now what we're going to do, we have all 5 objects selected, the 4 cutting tools, and then that piece we're going to cut from. Come up to model, subtract solids. Now, again, it's selected correctly. I'm going to click OK. And there we have our 4 holes drilled, subtracted from the main piece. Back to the top view. So now we have everything, now we have the main piece done. And if you look at the front view on your problem, there is a particular shape on the bottom. Now what I did, as you can see, is I went, this is the part you're just going to have to read the drawing and draw it. is I drew this based on the dimensions in the drawing. So that's what I've done, and I've drawn it, and I've turned it into a polyline already. So I drew it, selected it all, composed it, and now we're set. So now what I need to do is I need to extrude that, and let's look at this guy. This guy, if we look on the top view, the length of it is 8 7/8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude this guy. I'm going to extrude him to 11 inches. So I have him selected. Command E, Control E, 11 inches. So now let's kind of take a look at this in isometric. So you see the problem here. Here's our piece, but it needs to be cut off the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this so it's in the right plane, it's facing the right direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this in right side view. So here's our two pieces. I'm going to move him down just a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the rotate tool, just like we did in intro. Rotate them up. Now we can look at it, and now it's almost in the right spot. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to front view, and we're going to place this guy into location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my guy, this piece right here, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to snap him up right there. So now you notice, if you look at the bottom, I've extended this cutting piece. Remember, because it has to extend beyond the object we're cutting. So if I dropped it down right here, I don't know if it would cut all the way through, so I just extended it out so it looks like this. And it's snapped all the way into place right now. Now what I'm going to do is come and look in the top plan view, zoom out a little bit. And now we just need to slide this guy in till it's here. Now here we are. It's going to go all the way through. So now what we can do is I'm going to come down to top plan view. I'm sorry, right isometric. I'm going to select everything. See what happens. Do model, subtract solids. There were objects selected that are locked or illegal in 3D have been deselected. Okay. So let's give it another try. Spotlight. I'm sorry. Modify, model, subtract solids. Okay. That looks like it's right. Click on OK. And there, it took it away. Come over to the user piece, and the only thing that's left here is this circle. I think I can come in here and I'm going to delete that circle. That's what caused the arrow before. The error. I'm sorry, arrow. So now let's come up and take a look at it in OpenGL. Let's take a look at it in dashed in lines. So here's our piece, all set to go. We'll render that. So, guys, this is how you do in the advanced drafting problem number 3.